at St. Mary's, at Jews Avenue. I was getting panic calls. What is this? What is this, Mr. Buchanan? I'm in the line for over 2 hours and I can't get to vote. These lines we had up there, line, long line. And, you know, this whole thing is a joke.
There's a report. There's a report that at 5 o'clock at some polling station, people was in the line and was not allowed to vote. Did that happen in your case?
I don't want to speak loosely because this is not a desperate man seeking to go to Parliament. I've been there already. I don't miss anything. I want to be fair to all sides, or to my side, and to get at the truth. The democracy must not only be done, it must appear to have been done. Certainly it did not appear that way. In the morning, Andrew Wallace and his 2 SWAT cars was all over the place. The SWAT cars with this big SWAT all over the place in itself is intimidating. You go into a station, you overstay your time, you and the people them have their little confrontation, vote stop, counting stop. You go up a Mall Road, which fell off for the People's National Party. And the same thing. People were accusing you of neglecting that. The school in which it was, that school at Taylor Basic in the Olympic division is closed down now. And the people are taking him on. Apparently, he never liked that.
Mm.
And when him leave the station, he sent back a police team, and that again led to a temporary cessation of voting. So it wasn't a good day for democracy in the city.
Why would that stop the voting if police is in the area?
Why what?
Why would that, the cause of police in the area, why would that stop voting?
Well, when he came out, apparently he was very upset at how the people confronted him. And when he was leaving, he sent back some police. And in a scenario like that, voting would be stopped. You have police outside, you have excitement. People are suffering from outside because police will just come in with them hands up in the air, you know. They come in with them come with them long gun around the place. A little old lady who come to vote.
Yeah.
Elderly people who come to vote.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Yeah, man. We are like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Life is a process. It's not an event. It's not a single event, I should say. It's a process. Continue work your way to your destination. Buju Banton says, destiny. I want to rule my destiny. The rich man's wealth is in the city. Destruction of the poor is your poverty. Proverbs. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show for yet another Saturday morning. I want to thank everybody. Honestly, thank you. And thank the Lord Jesus Christ for you to be here with us day in, day out, Saturdays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and whenever we come on randomly. We don't take it for granted that you take time out to come to this platform and be a part of the discussions that we have. And these discussions that we have are discussions because we participate in the running of our country, of our island home. And we take ownership of this place, this space. It is ours and it is our responsibility as born directors. This is where your directorship cannot be taken away, really, you know. You're a born Jamaican. Don't listen to debate jargon that not because you were born in Jamaica makes you a Jamaican. It's the things that you do. Rubbish. Once you're a born Jamaican, that cannot change. You're a Jamaican. That makes you Jamaican. No matter what you do, no matter how bad it gets, you have one identity. You're a Jamaican. You know, Barrington Levy, it's not Barrington Levy is the original singer though. A song will say, I need nothing to be a man because I was born a man and I deserve the right to live like any other man. Yeah, you were born a Jamaican. That can't change. So we accept the responsibility of doing the things now that will help to increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity. And this is how we play our part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. Every show of them actor, but who are the director? And I'm saying that to say to you, each and every one of us have a responsibility in the continuation of mankind, in the continuation of your country. Look after your people, and everybody can look after the people. So this morning we want to pay a tribute to all who participate in an active way, all who vote, all who work in the civil service. We want to big up the item this morning. Thank you, Auntie Lane. Baba, they do the original. Yeah, man, I did nothing to be a man because I was born a man. And I deserve the right to live like any other man. Experience taught you wisdom. Thank God I've got some left. I'm getting out for certain. My soul can't stand the test. I need nothing to be a man. Cause I was born a man. And yeah. So once you're a born Jamaican, you need nothing more to be Jamaican. Nothing more. Because you have some people who lay down and do nothing. Some people who try to do everything. So we say thanks to everyone who participate in the operation, the running of the country. We bless you this morning. Whether you voted for GLP or PNP, the fact that you voted, me give you one up on the man them will never vote. I want to talk to people who constantly say that they don't vote. You don't need to go to rallies and wear party colors and carry party lines. What you need to do is to participate in the selection of the managers for your country. Why would somebody would have gone through the system, used the schools and the universities, and you have gotten the discount and the subsidies, benefited from the policies of government. And me not talk GLP nor PNP because the truth, every administration that has run this country have done something credible, something to advance our welfare. So we're talking governance. And we're talking to the people who don't vote, who don't normally vote, and who are very proud to say, I don't vote, I don't participate. I believe that you are doing your country a disservice. I saw a video of them trying to teach a man how to mark an X. Don't know how many of you see it, but my God, my God. And we will always have people like these. But what scares me is when we try to maintain this level and not willing to advance it and make it better. You see that? She just showed him how to mark the X. And when she give him the pencil, he might almost make an N. Listen, I am calling on every Jamaican to participate. Because running the country is a complex thing, you know. It's not simple. It's not simple. And like anything you do in life, any profession you have, running the country is that to your profession. So when you do your thing and you have to concentrate, and if you make the wrong turn somewhere, you have a problem. And if there are mistakes being made in running the country, you who are learned and who consider yourself well thinking, we're talking about the 60%, the vast majority of Jamaicans not voting, not participating in the system. And you expect the country to run well? Those of you, nobody can pay you to vote or not to vote. You're strong in your conviction. I am this morning asking you to participate in choosing the leaders to lead this country every time. You are the ones who can demand answers and accountability. Hold on carefully. We are there. Bring it up. Let me do it for you. Remember the foot. You are the ones who understand it, you know. So, you are the ones who understand it. And I am saying to you that the responsibility of choosing leaders cannot just be left up to those who are told what to do, how to do. They are even told how to think. Because this morning I'm going to bring on Ralston, man, because some of the things that we were saying, people thought they were about election gimmicks. The election is now over. And we have to get now to a serious place where the running of the country is what we have to see to. Because look here. Look here. We're not running the country well. No, this is where some people vex with me. This is where some people vex with me now because I say it straight. We're not running the country properly. But it's not everybody understand it. It's not everybody understand when we say, right now, we have $17 billion less in circulation. The base money in the country is down by $17 billion. What that mean? What does it mean when we say the economy has grown over the last decade by 0.8%? How many people really understand what effect that have on you and your pocket? A country have to grow. You have to increase your income to take care of your people. Our income is down. Even from the projected collection of taxes, we are collecting less. The government is collecting less. So what the government plan to spend and how they plan to earn that money, it's not coming in. And now understand. Well, me should even say, Uno. Those of you here now have to be ambassadors to bring people here so we can clear up these things for them. I put out a WhatsApp, a TikTok post this morning. And in about 2 hours, in about 2 hours, it looked like we're gone. Let me see. Yeah, we're gone 16,000 views in 2 hours. You know why? And me have to say this because this is real life. And right here is where we speak truth. So those little ananses who are out there telling half-truth and lies, full lies, we speak truth and only the truth. We're not interested in nothing else. Yes, Sir Bell, look back at the murder rate in Portland. So, this morning, we're going to talk to Ralston, but I want to tell you about that TikTok post before I call Raleigh. One of my relative, I mean, I talk about my relative, reach out to me and say, Unks, well, seek some assistant for back to school. Not back to school, but for tuition. Bride picnic, whole heap of subject, and she got college, but her mother not have it. That's the truth. Her mother just not in the position. Hey, Marshy. Hello?
Colin.
Marshy.
Morning.
Hold
Just
on.
before you talk to Ralston.
Hold on. I know your phone the breeze there.
My fault. Maybe before the fan. Sorry about that. My
Yeah.
fault. Yes, before you talk to Ralston, I noticed that the dollar takes the turn for home and going to the 162 rapidly.
Listen, Marsh, and this is what we're talking about this morning because we have to be sober now. Election done, people think so we that talk foolishness and people get played and twisted, right?
Yes.
And we have the same government.
Yes.
Nothing that we said has changed, or they told us how they were going to change it.
Mm-hmm.
So now we want the population to come to our senses and realize that if we don't start do something drastically, we're heading in the hole again.
Because guess what now? They keep pumping in money to keep the dollar below what it is for a long while. For a long while. And now it look like it a getaway now. Because it's not turning back, you know.
Marsh, I could talk to Raleigh.
Yes.
Then we dissect the whole of it. I mean, if you want, we maybe can open another phone line sometime with Raleigh on it, and then we see what
because just before you go, the dollar heading for the 162 rapidly and it not going there without it carry high prices with it.
No, but you see, I tell the people, Marsh, that if minimum wage got $32,000, dog, niam with supper.
That if we have any supper. That if we have any supper for dog, niam.
We said the supper now go there.
The supper now go this dog night niam we. God help us. It's not a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter. It's
Marsh, me go talk to Raleigh and then we dissect.
Yes, ma. All right. Good.
I'm telling you something, people. It's not nice. And some people don't want to hear the truth. But here, like one Shaka Fame, one Ralston Iman, one truth, many lies and many liars, but the truth is always consistent and easier to remember. So people say Ralston is a walking encyclopedia. You're talking the truth. It makes it easy to remember. Ralston Iman, morning.
Morning, sir. How you doing? Morning to your listeners.
Well, I'm now going to tell you something I do good enough because I expected the situation to be a bit different, but it remains the same. Majority of the people have spoken. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Not majority of the people have spoken. 39.5% of the people have spoken.
I said it wrong. Majority of the voters have spoken.
Have spoken.
Yes. And Ralston, one other thing I said earlier this morning, I am calling on the 60% that does not vote and speak about it proudly. You are doing your country a disservice.
Yeah, man.
You must participate in the selection of the leaders of this corporation. You are a director.
Yeah, man. And they turn out to be enemies of the people because if you don't vote, many of our forefathers fought and lost their lives for this purpose. So when you don't do that, you become an enemy of the people.
Universal adult suffrage.
Yeah, man.
One man, one vote.
One vote.
That is what our foreparents fought for. To ensure that we have self-governance.
Yeah, man.
Governance from the people, by the people, for the people. You have to choose. So, Raleigh, a lot of things we were talking going into the election. And people may have thought that we were saying these things because we were campaigning for the People's National Party. And I say to them, break down that bridge because we tell you so whatever we were saying with speaking the truth.
Yeah, man. We were campaigning for Jamaica.
We chose Jamaica. We chose Jamaica. Raleigh. Marsh just called a while ago, and let me start where he started. He said the dollar is heading to 162. Is that true?
That is very true. Almost at 160, 151 now yesterday. Despite every central bank intervention, the taking out of 32 billion out of the system. So far, the central bank has taken 145 billion out of the system since the start of this year. And the dollar is still trading lower and lower every day.
So with all the mopping up of the liquidity, it not stopping the dollar. The brakes Lego.
It is moving faster than before.
Right. So the brakes Lego, your both the brakes are ground, but the vehicle still going down the road, down the gully.
Yeah, man.
It not stopping.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what is happening.
So they are also defending the dollar. How much they spend defending the dollar from the year start?
470 million. That the IMF have tell them to stop it. Them do it 17 times since the start of this year.
270 million US dollars.
400 and not two. 470 million.
So that's half a billion. That's half a billion.
Man. Yeah, man.
So just make it easy
17,
and say half a billion.
Right. So take it so the people can check the monthly rate. They have done that 17 times since the start of this year. I've only got 9 months in the year.
So Raleigh, all right. So the country still look like it's on a level trajectory. You and I know it's not on a level trajectory. It's heading downhill. And the brakes not holding. Why though are we still able to maintain, what is the net reserve?
6.15 billion.
But that has been growing. What caused that? Explain that.
Well, we saw the deputy, it was something I wrote for Monday morning. We saw the deputy governor of the Bank of Jamaica, Wayne Robinson, lying to the country yesterday because he told the country that we generated those reserves without any borrowed money. We're carrying the Prime Minister line. If you notice, all of the institutions have been corrupted, so they carry the line that the Prime Minister carried. Just like how Trump in America, all of the agencies, them have been corrupted. Yeah, including the Federal Reserve. So what him do now? Wayne Henry carrying the line. Wayne Robinson. So you have two Waynes. So I want the listeners to understand. You have Wayne Henry at the Planning Suite of Jamaica.
Yes.
And you have Wayne Robinson at the Bank of Jamaica. So he was still in the country yesterday that will build the country the reserves to 6.15 billion without any borrowed money, which is a lie. So here's why the reserves are strong. The people from the diaspora who them this so much, their money is half of the reserve.
So that's when you send remittance to Jamaica.
Correct. That's half of the reserves, $3.128 billion out of $6.15 billion.
Yeah.
Right. And we are borrowing $158 billion, 158.44 billion this year to be precise.
Yeah.
60 billion of that is coming from foreign. When that money coming from foreign, the BOJ give Jamaican dollars to who get the money to the government of Jamaica and then take that money and put in the reserves.
Yeah.
So he's lying. That's why the reserves are strong. Remittances first and the borrowed money. So, because the money from tourism cannot cover, and BPO cannot cover the trade deficit.
So what else cover the continue for the rest? Because you said the remittance is 3.1 billion.
And the money that them borrow.
Yeah. And then, but that's 60 billion, you say?
Yeah, man, and them converted to US dollars, and then now you have a little change coming from tourism, 1.76 billion.
Oh, so it is not from production?
No, man.
What do Ralston would happen for us to see that net reserve falling?
Well, if them continue on the current trajectory that the bank have intervened so much, and if the remittances continue to slow down, then we are going to have a problem.
So, where is remittance now?
Well, for the first couple months of the fiscal year, we're at about 1.8 billion thereabout.
And is that up or down from the same period last year?
Marginally, 3%.
3%?
3% up.
Up?
Yeah, man, up.
Okay. So, the net reserve looks pretty stable then.
As long as the remittances are stable, but as the Trumpetarian policies continue to kick in and all of those problems, you cannot rely on them as a source to keep the reserve stable again.
No, tell me, Raleigh, there's an argument.
So I want the people to know, I could also reinforce this. Remittances represent 50% of the reserves.
Right, so they keep...
That's why the man in the diaspora are so mad when them feel like them are diss them, and that is why the plan that the opposition and leader had to have a diaspora senator was good for the country.
Yeah.
Because the diaspora feel like this government dissing them the amount they want them money.
And now pay them no attention.
Pay them no attention.
Not looking after one of our biggest source of foreign exchange.
Precisely. And by the way, in COVID-19, remittances represented 24% of GDP. They have now down to 15% of GDP. So although the absolute number is increasing, the percentage of GDP is declining rapidly. It's now down to only 15%. Dangerous signal.
What is Jamaica's GDP built on, Ralston?
Well, it's about all the sectors then. So we're talking about wholesale and retail, which is the largest sector, agriculture, tourism, construction, real estate and renting, manufacturing, mining, those sectors.
And with all of that said, which one of those sectors are growing at even 5%?
None.
3%?
None.
2%?
None. They just remember we just barely recovered from the recession that we never wanted to declare. and recovered from it by changing some of the metrics. So, for example, we used to have the base year at 2007 and push it to 2015. That's the biggest change. And then create some new sectors to profit up.
And that does what? Inflates the GDP or decrease it?
So what I'm to know is that inflates the GDP, because when you got 2007, if we were to check the inflation between 2007 and the first quarter of last year, that would have given us a lower GDP.
Right.
So when them start with Peter Phillips' inflation of 3.7% in 2015, because that is where the low inflation regime started.
Yes.
So them use that as the basis, although they make it look like Peter Phillips and Portia never done nothing. But should them know the people are not paying attention to them things, that we are paying attention to those things.
No, and that's why we have a responsibility, Raleigh, where we have to ensure that this kind of message get out to the people.
Correct.
No, the IMF, I think, said that Jamaica's growth over the last decade is 0.8%.
That's correct.
What does that mean, Raleigh? You're growing. I wonder if a lot of people understand what growth does to the economy, or how does growth, explain for me, Raleigh, how does the growth of the economy or the lack thereof affect the average man on the road?
All right. So the average man on the road, when the economy there grow, when, for example, the JLP talk about when they benefited from the Norman Manley growth, Norman Manley and Crab Net, so on. The economy there grow, but all the man in uptown benefit from it. The people from the road never benefited from it. Right? We had slower growth in the 1970s, whole heap of decline, but the people on the road benefited from it. Because my time, Manley, there was reverse the thing. So that much poor people could enjoy a better standard of living. More people get house, more people get to go to school. Yeah. Social integration, employment termination, redundancy payment tax. So the living standard of the masses increased. Similarly, on a PJ partition, Portia seems similar because the PNP is always inclusive in their growth thing. The 0.8% growth that we are seeing right now, we just can't use one word. The people on the street are dead. Yep.
So that is why.
Nothing happened for them. Yep.
Hold on. That is why a pound of chicken is now $400 and $400 a pound.
Precisely, I can't afford it. Yep.
Because the dollar also, Raleigh, is at 161.50 to one Jamaican, to one US dollar. And that decrease your spending power.
Your spending power. And another thing that the people must know, for every 1 percentage point fall in the value of the Jamaican dollar in relation to the American dollar, that go up by $14 billion, it costs us $600 million more in interest payments. So when the government have to do that, them can't fix no road, them can't fix no hospital, them can't fix nothing. That's why them things they not fix.
How many points?
I want people to understand that, because 62% of the debt is in American dollars. So you have to find more Jamaican dollars to service it when the dollar slides.
And therefore, your goods and services increase.
You must cost more, man, because remember you import everything. You don't produce nothing for yourself or for export. You import everything.
But Raleigh, why them kind of debate never take place in the election campaign?
That's the point I'm making, because them choose the wrong people them to carry the debate. Yep, I hear foolishness here. Them choose the wrong person, and nobody never there focus on those issues.
But why weren't there other interviews in the media, Raleigh? Like, I never hear the Prime Minister give an interview right through the campaign. I never hear the opposition leader one-on-one on a radio station. I never hear that.
No, they avoided those issues. Every day, me issue I release to the Prime Minister and tell him, say, can I come and take my whole program and explain what I do? I do that for years, and I know him can't turn up.
So, how do we get, though, to our leaders? Because it cannot be that we can't get to them to ask them these questions in the public sphere. It can't be that we can't get to them, Raleigh. How do we?
Well, I call him, I don't know that, because what we notice in the country is that all of the institutions where the people look up to, I know the people have a thing on the street where them see them leave it to the bigger head. Well, I tell them, so the bigger heads up at the university is garbage. The bigger heads in our social society, civil society is garbage. The bigger heads in the fourth estate is garbage. Them have to take them things Yeah, them going on. Not depend on the big guy. Because them big guy them not deal with them. And quiet about everything.
It is.
Leave the big guy.
No, the Prime Minister is willing to go on a platform, people, and say that the economy is doing well. But he's not willing to come and talk to us because we don't understand the well. Explain that to the people. Which part of the economy are the well, Ralston? A man said to me the other day that Mark Colin said that when we get down to 60% of GDP, the debt get down to 60% of GDP, we'll have another $90 billion to play with if the economy never good. How we can have that?
Okay. Well, let me explain to him. That is the only number that's moving in the right direction. And what I was saying is that we could get that number in the right direction in a different way, which is what Mark Golden and the PNP were saying. We could grow the economy and we'd reach a 60%.
Just the same.
In a better position. Yeah, just the same.
But
because remember, that's what I explained to them. The debt to GDP is a ratio, one number over the other. So if you grow the economy faster, the debt will drop to 60% of GDP even quicker without the suffering that we have. Neither Clark and then choose to focus on the debt alone rather than focus on growing the economy. And that is why Mark Golden's strategy was to grow the economy. And we bring it down simple. If you weigh 110 pounds and you carry 50 pounds, that's harder. But when you weigh 160 pounds, it's easier to carry 110 pounds. Simple as that.
So, Raleigh, tell us where in the economy is. You said that one number is going in the right direction.
Right. The other number what I use is the unemployment rate.
Yes.
Right.
But that is also going in the right direction, isn't it?
Correct. But what the people don't know is that you have 661,000 persons outside of the labor force. 350,000 of them should be in the labor force. So if you add that, the unemployment rate is not 3.3%. Additionally, the people who are working, although you have so many people working, the economy, the size of the economy is not getting any bigger because the people who are working, they're not doing any work that can increase the size of the economy. We call it value-added work. So what them do, them add demand them 245,000 people who are working with China sell goods that come from China. Them have demand them who I work and I wash car glass and the people them like a Saturday like today, I say I work for people at the town center them. I walk and I sell the thing them we eat from import from China. They must sell batteries, they must sell trainer, they must sell all them people.
What is that figure? What is that figure?
What?
How much people are washed?
Over 300,000 people I walk up and down and I sell and up on the road I sell at daytime. Them not add no value, them not produce nothing. They must sell things or import from other countries. So the other countries that benefit from them things they're not us.
But the 245,000 at Mr. Chin place basically are the same thing.
Yeah, the same thing. Like when the people out the road, I don't sell, but that's about 600,000 people are selling things.
550,000 people selling and offering a little service. We come from China.
Yeah, so China benefit more than we.
But if we have that left, well, you just explained that there's 300,000 persons who they don't count in people not having a job because they say that they are not looking for one.
For a job, those people should be the labor force.
And these people, it's not like they are wealthy. They need a job, but they're just not going to take the low paid job.
The low paid job, yeah, man.
So, Ralston, if the debt to GDP is going in the right direction, low unemployment based on the calculation, and we have to put that in context. Why are we not seeing growth of even 3%?
So, you have to see growth of 3% when all of your people are work and I sell people things are produced by other people. To grow, you have to sell things that are produced by yourself.
Do you know the question, Ralston? And take it how you want, take it. We really need to grow? Maybe we don't need to grow.
Well, if we don't need to grow, we'll continue with the arms also people are late.
Yeah. No, but I am not seeing any push to growth. You remember this?
No, That's the point I'm making, and that is why Mark Bullen was saying his strategy is growth. These people don't have any strategy to grow. It's the same debt reduction strategy. Nothing has changed since Nigel Clark has left. The Minister of Finance is clueless about how to grow the economy. Especially continue what Nigel Clark was doing.
Ralston, you think the PNP was drawn down the giving road and did not explain enough their plans to grow the Jamaican economy?
Yeah, I think them should have highlighted that more. What I think that them should have done is to point out more historically what they did. Because what I think that the JLP sell the people, especially the young people, would have no sense. I'm not afraid to say that. Is that all the PNP did in the past was FinTech. The PNP never go down and drill down and tell the people enough what they did. Because the PNP did it for 18 years and all them do a FinTech. PNP never corrected that enough. Yep, that was a major problem. So I want for people to speak on and say, yo, them did it for 18 years and all them did all FinTech and mash up the place. It's simple.
So you think that same like how the JLP were saying we do this, the PNP should have put out what we did when we were there?
Of course.
But
I explain it to the people and tell them about the JLP's reckless management between 2007 and 2011.
And
they never did that enough.
And put out a growth direction because that was missing. That was missing from the campaign. Everybody talking about how much money they are going to give, whatever tax threshold, whatever income tax cut. People are talking about that, but there was nobody saying to the Jamaican people, here is how we're going to make $7 billion annually. Here is how we're going to bring $100 million more annually from coffee. Those were never part of the discussion, and that's my disappointment.
Yeah, man. And right now, that is why this government is going to get in trouble. Because what I'm telling people is that they might give them free things like reduction of the minimum wage and reduction of the income tax threshold, which are impossible unless they're going to mash up the economy. So right now, the people at the street, if you notice, they go around in the street now, you're not seeing nobody celebrate. It was like a funeral rather than an election.
What can go so? Rally.
Same old story.
What can go so?
Yeah, same old story.
How can there be a victory? And I saw somebody on social media say if you realize the sadness around the country.
Yeah, man, nobody not celebrating.
There's a sadness.
Supporters because I say the same old story, like a funeral, like somebody just dead.
I don't know, Ralston.
Even the Prime Minister, you're not even an enthusiasm from him. You have talked since the election. To say so I go on, it's like somebody dead, brother.
Maybe him never believe in that win.
He never believe. Yep. So it's like somebody dead, everybody sad. And people are saying, yo, same old story.
And right through the campaign, and it's not like him, they campaigned on a strategy, a growth strategy.
No.
To move the country.
No, you don't just have vote buying strategy. You just want to win.
Ralston.
Yep.
Would you be willing to give advice or be an advisor to the government?
That's a tricky one. We give them public advice about the program every day.
Yeah, but if they call you and want you at the table to put some advice forward, because I strongly believe that if Andrew Holness and the Labour Party means Jamaica any good, people who are, and I believe that was one of the ways you were called to the PNP, Ralston.
Yeah, man.
To sit at the table because you were heavily critical of Omar Davies.
Yeah, man.
And you were putting out different ideas of how to move the country forward. And you were called to the table.
By Dr. Peter Phillips and Prime Minister Foster Simpson. Yeah.
So, when we say to people that we are Jamaicans and our argument is about the governance of this country.
Yeah, man.
Operating the country in a way that our people can live a better life. Jamaica is a wealthy country.
Yeah, man. We shouldn't be so poor. Remember, Bruce Golden said we are too blessed to be so stressed.
Yeah.
We are too rich to be so poor. It's true.
We have the necessary assets.
Yeah, man.
To take us to a place of wealth.
Yeah, man.
Why are we not getting there?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So
bad policies.
Would you be willing to sit at the table, Ralston?
Yeah, well, yes.
Of course. I said to some people the other day on this program.
Just like with Peter Phillips, yeah, man.
If the government call me and say, Shaka, you always talk about how we can make how much $1 billion. Come put it on the table, we want it. I would go.
Yeah, man.
It's not about that
they're so arrogant and partisan that they're not going to do that.
Then that is where we get hungry.
Yeah, man.
Because if the resources are here and you are unable to achieve the full potential of the country, then you ought not to be the leaders. We want the best result for the country.
Yeah, and if you notice that they started off on the wrong tone, because the most incompetent ministers we have ever had in the history of Jamaica, Dr. Christopher Tufton, didn't hear his arrogant tone about the whole thing, about having an independent inquiry
the
into
PNP must shut up. Shut up and be opposition. Wow.
Right. Them start on the wrong footing. A man we so incompetent. Yeah.
Ralston, I think the media, see, and maybe those of us who are strongly about accountability and transparency, there must be a stage where we demand audience from our leaders, you know.
Yeah, man. I agree, sir.
And not audience to their preferred station.
Yep.
I
agree 100%.
Time come, we want answers to these questions. How can Cornwall Regional move from 2 billion to 25
billion? I still don't have an end date. Yep.
And you're not supposed to answer no question?
And that minister is so disrespectful, although he's so incompetent.
We are calling on the Prime Minister. And you have said it to him many times, come Prime Minister, take my program for the 2 hours.
Take my program for the whole day and talk to the country. Make
we talk.
Yep.
I am ready, willing to give you any amount of time, Mr. Prime Minister, to answer the questions we are asking. And don't come tell me about your bad mind. We don't do that, rude and disrespectful.
Out of order, man. Yeah, man. We don't want to hear that. Yeah.
We employ you, so you just beg for the vote and you get it. And remember, majority of the voters voted for you, but not majority of the country.
Right.
You are a legitimate government, legally chosen.
Yeah, not but also a minority government.
Yes, that is also a fact, and therefore, Mr. Prime Minister, and to your cabinet, we want answers from you. We don't want you to continue to speaking to us. We want you to come and speak with us.
Yeah, man.
Ralston, when we look, though, at the future of this economy, what is happening in America, what is happening here in terms of production, how are we going to move forward if you would have to advise them?
Well, that's the point that we're talking about, and that is why I made a point in terms of the reserves, because we're depending on remittances to deal with the reserves. Our largest source of remittances, 68%, come from America. And based on the policies being pursued by Donald Trump, those things are going to shrink as we go forward. So we have to develop new sectors. For example, as a matter of priority, the creative industries right now in Tokyo, and they say the big thing about the Tokyo World Games and all of those things. So they have to deal with the creative industries promptly, better. Yeah? We need a separate ministry to deal with those things.
But it also needs somebody, Ralston, who understands it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's the point I'm making. So that ministry would get the people who understand it to get it moving. And those things are things that we have to do urgently. The whole question of energy, we have to deal with that urgently. Then the 10 years now, and they've never dealt with energy. They have to deal with energy with a greater degree of alacrity at this point in time. So the energy would help us to reduce the massive energy bill of over 2 billion, 2.5 billion per annum. The creative industry would help us to generate more foreign exchange. Agriculture, They have to deal with agriculture. The whole thing about land reform, land titling, and fixing the rural roads and all of those things. Those things are important things.
But also, Ralston, incentivize our farmers to get into agriculture.
Yeah, man, that I mean.
Coordinate
agriculture.
And cut the food importation bill. That must be done.
Yeah, man, save foreign exchange. So you save out of the 2 billion again. So you see how much foreign exchange you retain. Additionally, Federal Reserve Board is going to reduce interest rates next week, Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Minister of Finance cannot just sit down and say, oh, the local bankers will eventually reduce the interest rates, because it is pointless for the BOJ to reduce interest rates after the Fed reduces interest rates, and the people in the local banking sector are not going to reduce the rate. So the government will have to find a mechanism to get the people in the local banking sector to reduce the interest rates in tandem with the BOJ. Yeah. So those are some of the most urgent things that must be: creative industries, energy, interest rates. Yeah. The labor force has to be better trade. So we have to find a way to get the 300,000 man them who are supposed to be inside the labor force and who are outside the labor force in the labor force. And we have to find a way to train those who are in the labor force better, so that them can produce goods and services that the world wants. Follow me, I said to you?
Yeah.
We have to find a way to get the private sector to invest more in our new technology and in places. So when we talk about CARICOM, what Jamaica is difficulty with CARICOM? Trinidad, the man them have the Chris's factory in Trinidad, and them drive the car them when I say Chris. In Jamaica, our people them drive the Chris's car, and our factories are.
We have the worst factory.
Yeah,
so our focus is wrong. We are focusing on luxury and not on production.
Consumption and luxury and not on production. So we need a cultural shift.
Go ahead, Ralston.
Yeah, so we need a cultural shift.
I have been saying to people that we have a government who focus on consumption.
Yeah, man.
And
that's the Prime Minister. So that is what I'm going to say. The Prime Minister will have to carry out this cultural shift, starting with himself and the members of his cabinet.
Ralston,
yeah, man.
Ralston, who is going to be the Minister of Finance?
That's the big question we're asking. Because the Prime Minister cannot put back Favor Williams down there. If he put her back down there, he was going to continue to have this erosion of confidence. Yeah.
So who
that's
then?
The big question. Who is going to be the Finance Minister?
Because remember, the Finance Minister can't come from the Senate, you know?
No, it has to be an elected representative.
So who?
Yep. Well, that's a question. That's a question.
No, man, you have 30, 34 in front of you, Ralston. Who? Pick and tell me somebody.
Any of them that don't make any sense right now. So the country has a big problem. We don't have a credible person to run the Minister of Finance, which is the second biggest ministry, the second biggest post in the government, because Civic is extremely incompetent.
No, but we can't
let you can't manage Cornwall Regional, some don't know how to manage finance. And then we hear them talking about Audrey Marks. So we don't see anybody that is credible to go to the Ministry of Finance right now.
No
problem.
Nobody that is credible to go to the ministry. Hold on, Ralston. Don't move. Morning, caller.
Good morning.
Yeah, man. You have a question for Ralston?
Oh, I just called. I wasn't really listening, but because I know you're on.
All right. Call me back in about 10 minutes. Let me finish.
Okay.
May I talk to Ralston? Let me finish up that and then you call.
Okay.
Yeah, Raleigh.
Yeah, so that's the big headache for the Prime Minister and for the country. We see nobody that has been elected that is credible to go to the Ministry of Finance in this time when we're operating in a turbulent international environment. So that's a massive gap, confidence gap. And that is why the dollar is sliding. Yeah, because when the investors look at the same question, the money will ask, who is going to be the Minister of Finance?
So let me ask you something. Xavier Main is the junior minister, right?
Come on, man.
What do you mean, come on, Ralston?
You don't know him for them foot much to know about finance. Come on, Colin, man. I don't use it like that.
No, man, then who? Because I am with you 100% that it cannot be anti-favor.
Yeah, but Xavier Main worse than all of them people, all of them don't call, man. Xavier Main not more finance.
So who else on the team have some financial background?
Boy, as I say, You hear them talk about Tufton, you hear them talk about Archie Marks and Favor. You don't see nobody that is credible. And Prime Minister can't take that. Yep. So
Audrey
country...
Marks is our first term in the parliament. She have that kind of financial background? I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know if Audrey have that financial background.
No. She was an entrepreneur. She created Paymasters upon on the basis of that many people. I said, boy, she could be. Yeah, but that's not enough to be. Yeah, you have to understand macro and international economics.
Somebody saying no matter who is put there as finance minister, it will be the prime minister. Andrew Wellness will be the minister of finance.
Yeah, because he basically run everything, but him no have a great knowledge in finance.
So him not have the knowledge either. But
no.
What? So
that's what I'm saying. The country have a problem if the people are voting on issues. Then them will do what them do. Because that is going to be a massive gap.
And all of that was obvious long time in Ralston. It's not like this new, you know. From Nigel Clark, pack up and run, we know there is a major problem.
We don't them not have no team. Simple. But the people of Jamaica don't vote for issues. They vote for how much money they can get for themselves. No, they don't vote for them children, they vote for them future. Yeah, because that's a massive gap. You support a team when they have a midfield general.
But Ralston, did we highlight that going into the election?
I highlight it every day. I don't know about other people, but every day we highlight it because, we see that and know that is madness because that's the ministry that we focus on the most. And we see that minister was extremely deficient.
My.
Yeah, man, we have a problem, brother. That's why everybody has said it was like a funeral, not a place. Because people are saying, what next? Them win now, so what next?
Let me see if Marsh have a question for you. Hold on. Yeah, Marsh.
Yeah, man, no one know. What our import bill to what we are exporting, and more so how much we are paying for oil, and what are we exporting to offset that?
All right, let me ask him that. So, Raleigh, Marsh want to know what is our import bill to date versus our export bill. He also wants to know what it is that we are importing and at what cost, and what it is that we are exporting and what we are earning from that.
Yeah, for the first 3 months, the import bill was 1.8 billion, and we only exported 485 million. The bulk of our imports are intermediate goods and raw materials, which were running at over 500 million. Then we had the energy bill running at over 500 million, and the food and consumer goods bill running at over 500. Those three bills came out to 1.6 billion. What we export? 200 in manufacturing and 300 in mining. Agriculture was 20 million. Not less. And bulk of the imports came from America.
So how much we export for the first three months?
485 million.
485 million. To $1.6 billion worth of import.
1.8 billion worth of import.
1.8 billion worth of import and 485 million worth of export. Who is responsible for driving export, Ralston?
The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, or the Jamaican Manufacturers and Exporters Association. So that would have been it.
What was our
word on the road is that them now begin back the word.
So we can multiply this by 4 and figure say this might be our export for the year.
That would be a raw average, yeah, man. So we are on a trade deficit about 6 billion this year, more than last year. Last year it was 5.4 billion.
But hold on, Raleigh. Hold on. So if you multiply this by 4, 4 are 16. That might come to the 1.8 where we're going now. So all we export for the year, maybe just be able to buy the export for the first quarter. The import, to pay for the import for the first quarter.
That happened last year. We have never been able to touch back 2 billion imports since a good while.
When was the last time?
1.7.
When was the last time our export was 2 billion?
I'd say in 2000, just before COVID.
So from COVID, we not get back up there?
No, originally import level 2.8 billion on a PMP in 2000. 2008, before the Great Recession. Since then, we don't pass that. And COVID, just before COVID, we do about $2 billion.
Well, in 2007, we were at what?
$2.8 billion.
$2.8 billion. 2007, 2008.
We never reached back that time again. Remember 2007, last time the economy grew by 3%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time when they tell you them say everything was bad, and that is why they said the PNP never tell the people them where them do. Because all them lie they stick into the youth them on the road who just bother.
Yeah.
All them believe say our PNP do things like, you know what I'm saying? Two people, senior people in executive position, within the last 2 days asked me if JLP ever borrow from IMF, although JLP have 2 IMF agreements right now. Because people believe say only PNP borrow from IMF. Then the message when enough people have in their head is that PNP is just about things that can borrowing from IMF. That is why the Prime Minister consistently talk about we don't borrow, and that is why the political technocrats are supporting them with this rubbish argument.
And that is where we are saying where we are now, Ralston. The responsibility to educate Jamaicans, to show the people where we are. Because if you go up on TikTok, you know, Ralston, and see some show up on TikTok and hear some things when they talk, you know.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
you know, I tell you,
Jesus.
You pick it up too. I mean, I say people come to me personally, and I say, oh, the executive position, I don't even know, say, we still have 2 IMF agreements.
Really? One girl cussed me up on a thing and tell me, say, oh, the GLP never borrowed no money from IMF in a 2010 in a Rasta. Them never get no IMF deal. Hey, some things.
That's try to tell you, brother.
No.
And Colin, we became a member of the IMF on February 21st, 1963. IMF was formed in 1944. The first loan Jamaica gets from the IMF was Sir Donald Sangster, JLP. Yeah, 10 million SDRs. Many people believe that the first time Jamaica was born from IMF was with Michael Manley in 1976. The first time born from IMF is 1963. The JLP has never successfully completed any IMF agreement. The first time we complete an IMF agreement is with Omar Davies in 1995 and pay off the IMF. We'll never go back to IMF in 2010 after they mismanaged the Great Recession. That is the worst IMF agreement Jamaica ever. I'll get locked out of the international capital market.
That was the first and only time. That was the first and only time we get kicked out of the international capital market.
Yeah. And a PNP and Posa Simpson Milan Peter Phillips have to restore it.
Raleigh, let me tell you something. I am worried about what is happening. The Prime Minister made some promises, and he said that over time, minimum wage will get to $32,000 per week. What would happen to the Jamaican economy? Would that mean the Jamaican economy would be better off or worse off?
Well, I can explain to the people. That is why it's like you have a funeral, because all of the members of the business sector and even the man who represent the workers, the trade union movement, them said the Prime Minister will have to go back but tell the people and say he make a mistake with that promise because he never talked to them. And he have to come talk to them first because he might pay the money. Yeah? And them I say, them wage bill can't take a 15% increase to 18,500 in April. So he have to go back but tell the people and say it not gonna work because if he do it, them are going to lay off the people and raise the prices.
Them not to lay off the people, Ralston. Them not just increase everything.
Well, that I said. Well, some people not going to be able because them know so when them increase the prices, them not going to be able to sell the same amount because them know basic economics and know so when prices go up, some people are going to follow. So them have to let off some people and still raise the prices.
So you are saying that it was another 1.5, 105.
Yeah, the whole thing now the people them learn them lesson and them not buy.
No, but
he use it.
Him use it win the election rally.
Yeah?
Him use it win the election.
Yeah, man, of course.
That was the goal.
Yeah, of course. But here the difference now. The 1.5 was taxpayers' money. The businessman, they must know the Prime Minister can go up on a platform and tell we say to raise our workers' pay by 15% in 6 months' time when we already are suffering and make no profit. So him have to tell the people him say that now work. Or if him go and do it, we have to cut our costs. So we have to lay off some of the people because we're faced with our energy costs already. We're faced with 10% tariff from Trump and all of them something there. So we can manage all of them things there without either increasing our prices or letting go some of the people.
Ralston.
So we have to come talk to it.
Teachers, nurse, police, do hire people and pay them minimum wage as well.
Yeah, precisely.
So when you give them 2% in year one, overall a 7% increase, and you are saying to them that you must increase your employee
by
salary.
15% in 6 months.
Tell me how that
madness that. The man them say madness that. You have to go back and tell the people them say that now.
But nobody get to question them about it before the election.
No.
I am saying the election is done now, Mr. Prime Minister. You need to come to the front of the line.
Yeah, man.
And to hell with the front of the line, Mr. Prime Minister. You need to get on your telephone. I need an interview. Ralston need an interview. Simon need an interview.
Yeah,
Bradley need an interview. Emily need an interview. Dian need one. We all need to talk to you, Mr. Prime Minister. Get on your telephone. We need answers to these questions. We want to know how you're going to pay for the 10% decrease in what you're going to collect for income tax.
That again, Colin. Right now, as we speak, tax revenues are down by 1.5 billion. What the Prime Minister said, if it do it, it's going to cost us 13.58 billion for every 1% job. So he needs to tell us how we did all of them things.
No,
and fulfill the promises to all them ribbon that were cut and all of those things.
Ralston, one of the first things we have to get out of the Prime Minister and the GLP administration is the true cost. Because they are saying it will going to cost $25 billion.
Rubbish. The minister said the night before and then she said 44 billion the day after. They don't know. It's 13.58 billion for every 1 percentage point drop.
Times 10.
Yep. So if them say them have phase it and them have the 1% in the first year, that's 13.58 billion. Mm-hmm. Right now as we speak, I am telling you that the revenues are down by 1.5 billion. So where them going to find that money from? Unless them have put on a new tax plan something.
So the revenues that the government projected the 2025-2026 budget on are down by $1.5 billion. Is that for the first quarter?
Yeah, which forced them to cut spending by 18.65 billion. That is why the fiscal commissioner put it out the other day. Of that 18.65 billion that them cut, 10 billion was in relation to capital. That is building things. So all them grab on what the Prime Minister cut. Them already spent $10 billion less. Yeah, so the fiscal commissioner said that will affect the 1% growth. So one Prime Minister to tell us which time.
Ralston, hold on. It will affect the 1% growth?
Yeah, man.
So does that mean that we might go back to the 0.8%?
Of course, and that will happen. Yeah, the fiscal commissioner put it out already, man, so they can't say me and you say so. The fiscal commissioner said that.
Listeners and viewers, this is a teaching moment this morning. And nobody can attribute none of this to no politics or no election.
Yep.
This is about the truth of the Jamaican economy. There are many lies and liars out there. But hold on, let me see if I have a question for you. Yeah, Marsh.
Did the government receive a loan the same day of the election? Just got the question.
All right. May I ask you? Yeah, Ralston, the caller want to know if the government had received a loan on the day of election.
Not officially that we know of.
Not officially that we know of.
Not we know of. But they are borrowing every day. Remember, they're borrowing 158.44 billion. 60 billion coming from foreign and 90 billion on change in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. Every day them basically borrow in Jamaica using what we call treasury bills and fixed rate loans and all of those things. Yep.
So the government is constantly borrowing.
Constantly borrowing. I know you're the Prime Minister telling that them not borrowing.
Any bid did go out on election day? Them they float any bonds on election day?
Yeah, man. put out some treasury bills on election day.
Maybe I not.
Hold on. Prior to when they read the budget, they have a schedule of the dates when they might go to the market for borrow. So that is outlined in the debt management strategy where them tell us when on February 10 we're going to borrow this, on this date we're going to borrow that, and them things. Yeah, man. So he's correct. Yeah, man. Them borrow money on that day.
Somebody saying simply, Colin and Ralston, the Prime Minister will be raising taxes. And I don't mean indirect tax, new tax and more borrowing. You think so?
Well, if we might do the reduction of the income tax rate, we must go find some new taxes to pay for it. Because right now, as I said, the tax revenues are running below budget. So if you're going to give it 13.58 billion with one lick, then you have to find the money from somewhere else unless you have to borrow it, which is so what the caller said.
We need to talk to the Prime Minister.
Because the society can't take no more taxes and grow at the same time.
The Finance Minister, we are going to need to talk to the Finance Minister.
Yeah, man.
And it's time now the government stop hiding from us.
Yeah, man.
And come forward and answer questions. You can't govern in silence, brother.
Yeah, man.
We need to hear from you.
That's what I need to face the country. Well, them say my sworn in, they will be sworn in next week, Tuesday. So we hope say we'll get the cabinet during the week and then hope that them will be ready for some interviews next week. They'll be sworn in on Tuesday.
Yes.
So I suppose that by Wednesday we'll hear who are the cabinet ministers and then they're ready to start work because time is not on our side. We don't have time to lose. We don't have time to waste.
Somebody saying, ask Ralston why janitors in the healthcare can't be paid if the company is contracted by the government.
So the money not have the money. The man won't for back bills.
What you mean?
For back bills,
then if the net reserve is $6 billion, what do you mean the government have no money?
No, but remember, Colin, the net reserves cannot be used to pay domestic bills. You know? The net reserves have to intervene at the foreign exchange market and pay foreign bills.
So
domestic bills like healthcare are paid from the budget. So people understand the country have two accounts: the external account, which is the reserves, and you have the domestic account, which is the budget.
Question, Ralston. Is there a limit that we have to keep as it relates to the reserves?
Yeah, well, the IMF have a particular ceiling. 12 weeks inputs, and we have much, much more than that. So right now we have too much reserves.
So does that mean the government can spend some of that money?
Well, them could sell down some of the reserves to the Bank of Jamaica, to the Ministry of Finance if they want. But this government, they're not do that. They believe in having a whole lot of reserves.
Yeah, but they might just sell down some now.
12 weeks. Huh? But as Nigel Clark said, we have to keep that because external shocks and we have to this and that because Nigel Clark always go overboard. You know?
Yeah.
He go overboard in paying for the debt and go overboard in terms of the amount of reserves that we keep. They are very conservative. Yeah.
Ralston.
You hear them about buffers. When you hear them talk about buffers, that's what they mean.
Yeah.
Keep more than you need. Yeah.
Ralston, can you explain how is he going to decrease GCT?
That not that, man. No, remember, apart from customs, GCT are the most reliable revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah? So if you argue with money, you're going to reduce GCT. Not GCT not reduce. Don't go somewhere. Them can account business. What? So tell me, how you going to reduce the income tax threshold and GCT at the same time when GCT are the bulk of your taxes?
And you're not producing anything.
Yeah, that don't make no sense, brother. That don't make no sense.
Well, Raleigh, I don't know if there's anything where you want to touch on that I never touch on.
Well, what I say to the people of Jamaica is that Jamaica operates in a turbulent international environment now. America is shrinking and getting isolated as Jamie Dimon said, the American economy is weakening. Yeah? America isolated itself from most of its major trading partners and its friends. So what we're seeing is that the BRICS are getting stronger and stronger. They now control more of world GDP than America. The man and keep them meeting the Shanghai Cooperation Conference last week. Xi Jinping, the Chinese king, He's the leader of the BRICS. And all of the top man, them, Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, Narendra Modi from India, Pezeshkian from Iran. Well, the man must say, we're ready to take on America right now. The man have a massive military parade when Xi Jinping was in full battle gear when the man must say anything or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a country like Jamaica, we can't continue to depend on America. We have to diversify our trading partners and produce more. So we have to look at Latin America. We have to deal more with CARICOM. And we have to deal more with Asia and Africa because those countries are emerging now as the big powers. The European colonizers, they might look back to Africa now because they now look to America again because they say they can't just from America betrayed them.
Yeah.
So we have to produce more and diversify our trading partners and our friends. We have to look more to the people who look like we right now because after them century, this is Africa and Asia century.
And the market, they're big.
Yeah, man, a massive amount of people, man. Yeah, more than almost half of the world that talk about right now. Yeah.
But they have not shown
and
us.
What them people want. We have what them people want. Them people want our culture. They want our food. Yeah. So those are the biggest things in Jamaica now. So I tell them, man, them stop this foolishness and this snobbish thing where you only support sectors where it come from uptown brown man. Because them now make the people cut rich. It's a parasitic approach, the financial sector. What we need to do is promote the Jamaican people and use them where they are talking around now. And that's the world wants from Jamaica. Music, entertainment, sports, or food, them kind of thing there. So
Brand Jamaica.
Jamaica to get rich, we have to place more emphasis on those things and look towards those people who have the same experience like us because it's now their centric.
Somebody said to ask if Carson can save the economy.
If what?
Carson can save the economy.
No, what was that word?
Carson.
No, I don't
know if it's the American economy. I don't know if it's the American economy they matter about.
Yeah,
CARICOM. CARICOM.
No. Okay. No, CARICOM can't save the economy, but CARICOM must be a big part of growing the economy more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Must
because
be
all our CARICOM neighbors are going faster than us apart from AC, so we need to be dealing with CARICOM more.
And it should be our first market, Ralston.
Yeah, of course. An extension of our market. Companies like Separate, that is what I'm doing. Of course, yeah. So CARICOM is a big part of the growth strategy for the economy. Jamaica is the chairman of CARICOM, and this administration pays little attention to CARICOM. You know, export to CARICOM. Look over about 100 million.
To CARICOM?
So we were our largest trade deficit with CARICOM.
And CARICOM import how much to us?
CARICOM, we have run a massive trade deficit with CARICOM. CARICOM about like 400 million and we sell them like 100 million. So it's like the deficit around 200 million thereabouts. We can't get the exact figure on Monday. We do very little things. All we look to is America. And America is shrinking.
But we're not putting in the production, Ralston.
No, that's the point I'm making. Production. We try to focus on America alone because America is shrinking. We have to look for them back to the boat. We have to look for China. We have to look for Asia. We have to look for Latin America. We have to look for CARICOM.
Why is it developed countries subsidize their farmers, but we refuse to even assist? Because
the man might deal with food security. Because the man might say at no point in time you must find yourself that you are dependent on other people's food. And that is why India and all of them countries, the man have this thing, even Malaysia and them places where they must say, yo, we don't export our food now. We need no food for people because COVID-19 taught them a lesson. COVID-19 never taught me no lesson in relation to food security because I created this big COVID-19 committee. And then it's business as usual. And here's why. The rent-seeking oligopolists that support this government, them say them will import the food. So if you notice where this government does use land that is arable to build house and then make the man them import the food. Many of them are members of the government too.
All right, my brother. Respect and thanks. Monday morning, people every weekday on Power 106. Real business with Ralston Iman. Hold on, Raleigh. Let me say here's a question. Don't move yet. Hello, morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Blessed love, man. I respect for your guests.
Hold on. You have a question for him?
Yes.
All right, give me the question because I'll let him off. So we just ask him for we'll see if you have a question.
I'm gonna ask him for the first part to to be the person who will help East Portland to govern over East Portland.
Hold
Hold
on. Let me let Raleigh go and then we talk. Yeah, Raleigh, anything finally? I'll let you go. The caller don't have a question for you.
Yeah, well, what I said to the people of Jamaica, as they said, vote for them. Demand that the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance come out and explain to people like Colin, like me, Dan Jackson Miller, then Civic Station up at Bradley Avenue, how is it that they are going to accomplish and deliver the things that they promised you during the election campaign? How those things fit in with the current budget and how that fit in with what is happening in the rest of the world. Yeah, you must demand that.
All right, my brother. Respect and thanks, Raleigh. We talk.
Blessed love, every time. Yeah, man. Cool.
That was Ralston Iman. Yeah, caller, go ahead. Talk to me now.
Yeah. Oh, you left the program?
No, man, I left Ralston. I was talking to Ralston Iman, but
yeah. Listen, I see that there's supposed to be some construction down here. What I said down at the West Wall there. Where them said they're going to build an urban center.
You mean in Bryan's Bay?
Yeah, Bryan's Bay.
Yeah, man.
But I think this is one of the requests where East Portland would put in for the development of a food logistic hub in that location. I think that would serve East Portland better, especially when we talk about how to grow the economy, specifically pertaining onto the stuff you were talking about in regards to farming.
Yeah.
Because we know how powerful farming was for East Portland.
Yes.
And I don't, whatever needs to be done to turn that area into a food logistic hub, I think that should be a priority more than anything else, because just like we were saying, we are going through a recession, and the only thing that can help us out of a recession is to grow the economy.
We have to grow. We have to find ways to grow the economy. And I am confident that it is not hard in Jamaica to grow the economy.
No, because just because I would know that where East Portland is coming in from in regards to farming.
Yeah.
Because I look to see the food logistic hub there, and I look in to see them move them warship there and put some ship or come there to come collect some more goods at East Portland. And that I look to see.
Well,
we can do it because we do it before. Because if we rejuvenate the farming industry and guide the people in regards to work, and even some stuff for them never farmed before, that's our next thing. Because just like I said, Africa wants humongous market. And the CARICOM market is just right next door. We can work with that first.
Yeah.
And as the economy grow and we start get more farming in, then we can know what product more wanting. But whatever the closest one we can do now, we need to start looking into what product we are going to start looking into, encouraging our farmers them to put in. That when the farm logistics hub is ready, we're going to have goods for that place. Because that is where we say East Portland go. I think whatever East Portland need to do to put that logistics center down there, so that me think so we can focus on, and whatever we need to do for push that whole urban center something and do something we know so add value to it. We have a say in it, don't we?
Oh?
We have a say in what goes.
Well, the urban center has already been signed off on, And that's something that
can't stop. We can't stop it.
No, we're going to stop it. The contract signed, the building start, we can't stop it.
We can't give them back the same work, man, but just make them make some different building.
Well, we are not even in government to make those kind of calls at this stage. So the urban center will go through.
All right, so next.
And then, hold on. Then maybe it's not even for me to say that. But just understanding government and governance, I believe that the urban center will continue, because that has already been signed off on, work start, and we expect it to go through. But then maybe the buildings can be used for something different. You know, because
that too.
You know me, I don't really believe in this urban center for Port Antonio.
That no make no sense.
What I would love to see is the East Harbour development. You are now talking about a food logistics hub, which is critical to any society, you know. But we also have to ensure that we're going to invest in our farmers to get our farmers the right tool and get them on enough land to farm to make that kind of impact.
I see up in the hills there, I see a couple of structures that used to be used as what would I call food house or preparation place for food. I look to see one even if the urban center will continue, I think up in the valley we need to get one of them location that was used to prepare some food.
Yeah, man.
That one of those can be rejuvenated for set up something like that.
And there's a ship, you know, that runs the Caribbean, go Kingston, it go Montego Bay, it need to start come Port Antonio for food. Thanks for that though, caller, yeah?
Yeah, my respect, call.
Morning, welcome to the Colin Bell Show. You're live on Portland Spice TV and Shaka Fame at TikTok. Wagwan.
Good morning.
Bless up, my brother. Welcome.
Yes, we just want to share my little bit.
Yes, man. Long time we don't talk like this.
Eh?
Long time we don't talk like this.
Yeah, man. Long time we don't talk like this. But no, I share my little bit how social media a fool the world about East Portland and the candidate will lose, you know?
Talk to me.
What people now realize are people in the world will look on social media and see something. Them not remember says a borrow seat she have.
It says it was a borrow seat?
I borrow it.
I'll take them to take you away.
Whichever way, but you're not for them.
Oh.
Enough for them. Then take you away, then do everything and take you away. But I know something will belong to them.
Oh.
It don't belong to them. And not even that. Let me tell you something. Me realize from you see the last Price Council election?
Yeah.
Me find out in a juicy beef at Port Antonio on nomination day in the last by-election that the people in a Mansion Hill decide that they would never support.
Yeah, man, go ahead, Carla.
They decide that they would never support the sitting member of parliament and swear a group of women was in the shop the man and then swear that they might support the sitting councillor. But we can't understand what it was. Then when we dig in, we realize that even the mayor driver had left the work because he was so upset.
With the lady?
Yes. And the man left, go back, go plan. But the man did the original PNP, you know. He pay original PNP. And then left, go back, go plan, and raise goat. Because he say woman out of order. And it go on and on.
So the woman out of order, what that mean? What that mean she out of order?
No, I have no money to people.
Oh? We never know that.
No, well, I don't know if you see the girl on TikTok where say when she got the office, how they treated her.
Yes, I saw that video.
Yes. And you have to have manners to people when you're in a public life. You see the little hex? You see the little hex?
Yeah.
It is so important. I know something where money can give, you know.
Tell me something.
You might buy sometime.
Yeah.
But sometime when you might want to buy it, not if you sell. So when you have manners and people sympathize with you and give it, that's the best way to go towards getting that little hex. So all the people who are ball, them no understand, say, East Portland belongs to the People's National Party at all times. And
we never know that.
Yes, man.
But what you say?
Yes.
East Portland belong to PNP?
A PNP country.
Me never know that.
So you know see on social media how people are say people are ungrateful and we rode Anne-Marie fixed. People now remember say Bloomfield fixed the road from Breastwork to Moortown, you know. Where that was in a devastated condition, you know. People don't remember them, but they remember it 2-inch window up high top. And because then go up on TikTok and fool everybody, America and Europe. Say, them a ball, but if them know the real story, them would not behave so. Them would not behave so, you know, so the seed really come back where it belongs.
But Julian,
I only hope we can keep it.
So,
and we'll keep it. But it hurt me to see that we lose the election, you know.
Tell me something.
Yeah.
What do you say, though, to people who said that the lady was doing great works?
Where?
What do you mean?
Do I ask you where? Tell me.
They don't see her on TikTok of the road.
The on TikTok, look here.
Hold on, Julian. Don't move. Hold on. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Morning, Colin.
Hold on, Junior. Coming back to you. Yeah, Julian.
The road from Harbour View into Port Antonio was negotiated, money granted by the Chinese government. When we gathered a Pensiona Park, me and you did it. And we gathered at Pensiona Park and marched to Port Antonio.
Yes.
At the road we did that demand, you know.
Yes.
So people know our money where they did it, so the fool people them we attack. Them don't understand these things and something where she even negotiate or something where just have to happen naturally. It have to happen naturally because money was there, all the fees are bill.
Well, in fact, Carla, they downgrade what the money was left to do. They downgrade it and use some of the money all about the place. And that's what Bloomfield mean when him say, not dig out some with no teeth. Those of you who saw the speech by the late member of parliament right at the head of Harbour Street.
Right. And what they're doing now, we're supposed to get a 4-way lane road from Harbour View into Port Antonio, you know. You water down to nothing and you're going to see in short order the condition of the road out here. One day this week when the rain fall and you see how people get steer.
But Julian, we need to say this, you know. I need to say to people that the road from Hector's River into Port Antonio, I am not satisfied with it.
This is a shoddy
there is no sub base on any other road. And 2 inches of asphalt not going whole.
The work is shoddy because all was being done to fool the people. They do everything to see if they can fool the people. But me know that it wouldn't happen. And we did believe that it wouldn't happen. And it did not happen. I'm happy for that. But when we lose nationally, it hurts because we did everything right.
Yeah.
We might make some mistakes, but when we lose nationally, it hurts, you know?
All right, my brother.
Yes.
We talk. Junior.
Yeah, morning.
Wagwan, brother.
Yeah, I'm glad to carry on Ralston a while ago.
Yeah.
Now, what the government don't realize is that the economy of Jamaica is like a truck, you know. It's like a motor vehicle.
Yes.
Now, if you can't drive a motor vehicle with a manual transmission, you're going to have a problem. The government of Jamaica believes it's an automatic car them get to drive. Now them realize it's a manual transmission.
Yes.
All deep and bright up on the ground. Them never see that yet in them life.
Yeah, you have to use your foot, touch that button there.
Right. You remember them all time angle on them thing there?
Yeah, man.
Deep and bright for the ground.
It's a Beckford truck me learn to drive off, I know, brother.
Thank you. We learn to drive for angler.
All right.
So, if you have a vehicle now to drive, we have clutch and all them something there, you go have a problem.
Yeah.
This is why them can't grow the economy. Them don't have no plan. Remember we talked about that months ago, you know.
Yes, we've been
Them
talking
never
about
had a
that.
plan how to grow the economy. So what they going to do now? Them couldn't grow it when them had 49 lackeys in there. How they going to use 35? You understand what I'm saying?
But why did the people put them back, Junior? The people think that they can do a better job?
Well, me and you know exactly what went on. And then look at it now. Where is the celebration? You have a victory and you have like a federal possession now.
Let me tell you what they are going to say. We're not gloating. We are responsible. The people has given us a mandate, and it's not about celebration. No, it's about to go and work for the people.
The other thing, Colin, right? If you are going to have an interview with like Faithful Williams, right?
Yes.
They might give her about Minister of Finance, unfortunately, right?
But Junior, who you think should get the minister, should run that ministry?
You're about a constitutional crisis.
Tala.
That's what we have now.
Tala. No.
No. All right. They're going to give back favor because they don't have nobody else what they're going to give. All right? Now, let me ask you a question. You learn how to talk in slow motion yet?
No.
Because if you go interview favor, you know, you're going to have to learn to talk in slow motion.
To talk in slow motion.
Thank you.
I will try to do that, Junior.
So you see the problem you have now is that when you're dealing with retarded people, everybody going to become retarded, you know. You see when Niger left, you see the problem we had?
Yeah.
You see when Niger left, you see the reality now? And then no, the government was going into an election. They knew the dates or anything. Them couldn't try and get somebody in a safe seat where they could put in the position.
Well, maybe, as I say, you know, they never expect the people to vote them back in with all the rubbish where them do, all the corruption, how much people under investigation for illicit enrichment. Maybe some of them voted back in, some of them might have been voted out. Nobody know who they were, but yet the people went out and majority of who voted for the Labour Party.
Well, it's a pity though, but you have a plan for the unexpected, you know.
Yes.
And now we are in a problem because you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole.
Tell
Them don't know what to do, you know. And this is why them can't celebrate, because them don't know what to do.
Yeah. They end up with something now them never plan to manage.
I bet you it's the same cabinet what them had before they go appoint back. Because they went put back everybody to clean up a mess when they create.
I am of the opinion. It looked to me like Tufton going to finance though.
But Tufton don't know where he knows his friend knows whatever.
It no matter. You know, see how he run a campaign. You don't realize?
Tufton
and Kamina Johnson Smith are them run the campaign.
Yeah, but remember I know. Tufton can't even run a hospital.
We know.
You have an old man for run the whole country.
We know that.
Can you imagine? It almost better than put back slow motion.
Well, some people are convinced, my producer is convinced that Faithful will be the Minister of Finance, will continue.
I think so too. Because all right. Look at the problem, Colin. You had 49 of them and you couldn't find nobody. How you going to find in 35?
Who new came on board? Arjun Marks is new. Delano Civic is new. Who else is new? Trying to remember who are the other new people. Nobody else new, did they?
Yeah, but within those two, them can't hold the position either.
Well, somebody saying Juliet Olness for Minister of Finance. Rabashala, Juliet Holness for Minister of Finance.
You smoke anything from morning?
If I do what?
If you smoke anything from morning.
So, hold on. Me there so now over an hour and a half, you know. So anything when me smoke.
Last night.
What is wrong with Juliet? All right. So should Juliet Holness continue to be the Speaker of the House?
No, I don't think so.
And I don't think she should get any ministry under her husband's leadership. If you're dealing with morality under the husband's leadership, Mrs. Holness should not hold any ministry.
You're talking about morality, you know, Colin.
Yes,
that don't work in the labor sentence.
I am saying that. And I am calling on the opposition or members of the government to move a motion in the parliament that the Prime Minister must stop hustling and juggling while being Prime Minister.
Well, we have to deal with that. But we know where that goes. And that's why him only can put people in position to suit himself, and he can't get competent people. Right?
Well, they said that they increase.
All him sit down doing is how he can put people in the position to protect himself, you know.
You think Delano Civic going to get a ministry?
Civic? He might stay same place in towards him.
Hey, but them say... How much Pitney Prime Minister have? Get.
What?
How much children the Prime Minister have?
Bola, by the way, any having children did vote for him?
Listen, Junior.
Eh.
You can't answer my question with question. Me say, how much children the Prime Minister have?
I don't know. Right church wrong to you.
Eh?
Right church, but wrong few. Why do I don't remember hearing of any of his children going to vote.
Then me never saw something I said another upon the voters list.
Oh, good. And your father Prime Minister?
Me don't know.
By the way, what is it, 6 and kids?
Were they born in are they born Jamaicans?
Well, the question I have to ask is I never seen nobody pregnant, and I only see kids up here.
Annie Jones. What? Hey. What? Me now read that something down all right now, chat room. Nuts, you need to go and look on this. Junior.
Hey.
How many children the Prime Minister have?
I hear it's more than 2.
Hey! You can't see?
Well, that man is a very promiscuous man, you know.
Oh, you have to say that, Junior. Oh, you know that. No, you don't know that, Junior. No, say that, Junior. You don't know that.
What
Junior!
Based on what we are hearing, look, I remember saying Nationwide did an interview on one of the personnel in Parliament, you know.
Yeah.
And based on the interview, we pick up that certain things is taking place.
The Prime Minister not get no daughter, or no two lie. The Prime Minister not get no daughter. The Prime Minister have 2 sons.
So we always hear say the Prime Minister have daughter-in-law, have son-in-law, so how come you have daughter?
Tell. These people in the chat room, you see?
I always hear the Prime Minister have son-in-law.
Son-in-law?
Right. So if you have son-in-law, how come now you tell me what you're telling me?
Then if you have son-in-law, you must have daughter. But me never hear say Prime Minister have no daughter.
And normal condition.
Which part in live again?
No, for the hill there.
You sure?
You
sure?
Maybe the address, but we're not sure if it's James living there. I remember, you know, someone run around them yard while someone run them yard.
No, Libala. Tala.
Lick and backside, no agree, you know.
Later, Junior.
We talk.
Una get too nosy. Too nosy. I am asking though, how many daughter in Florida? Hey, hello. I want to get. Hey, who lease the land from the government and lease it back to the government? Eh? Who lease the lands from the government and lease it back to the government? Who? Private children? Me don't know. If you're a public figure, you can have private children. Oh, hello. All right. Me don't know. Me just ask question. Which government minister lease the land them from the government and lease them back to the government? Colin, there's another woman. Don. Colin, there's another woman who have a daughter. A whole part of that woman have a daughter. Young miss. Hey. Make we get back to the business of Jamaica. So, before I talked to Ralston this morning, I was telling you about my family member who's going to university, who reached out to me for some assistance. And when I look at her DP, she have on her GLP shirt. I know say her mother GLP too. Michelle? Yeah. But I know say her mother GLP. But I'm saying to people, there must be a time in your life where you stop and think, you know. You have a daughter going to school that you can't pay the school fee. And one party proposed to give your daughter a full scholarship to finish university. And you vote against that? Listen, man. It was all over the place. Then they were, oh, well. But Jigs, the late Jigs Ennis, they tell me, you know, say election time is a Christmas. And a lot of people get gifts in election time. I don't understand what happened in the election, how we return the Jamaica Labour Party to government, and what were the things that people voted on. Because, truth be told, if you are in power for 8 years, 9 years, and you weren't able to grow the economy, and you go through an election campaign and never tell we how you are going to grow the economy, then maybe one of the things what PNP has said, that PNP have a bigger base than GLP, is wrong. The GLP base might now be bigger than the PNP base. Hence, the GLP win back the election. Because Olan Carla coming to you. The numbers no problem. The numbers are saying that 97,000 more persons came out and voted for PNP than in the 2020 election, you know. Only 5,000 more vote the GLP get, you know, than what they get in 2020. So that will now the PNP have to look at and realize, say, yo, the GLP base is bigger than yours. Yeah, but the young and them nuffer. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, Colin, morning. I'm morning to your listeners.
Morning and welcome.
Yeah, man. Blessings. I have two little comments. If you analyze what happened with the JLP people, you know, them rob up the money and use the same money to buy back the votes. 1. 2, remittances that used to emanate or come from abroad, they're going to have a downturn. So either way you take it, they're going in a spot of bother. Trust me, them going to have
Why are we going to have a downturn in remittance?
Because all right. Okay, so Mr. Man, I put restrictions on where you can spend, and you're no more scrutiny. Plus, people who normally used to work in the informal economy, some of them not legal, you know. So them used to send back them local thing. Now them under more scrutiny.
So the place highs up.
Yes. So you're going to have less remittance coming back to Jamaica. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that indirectly going to affect the net reserves where your Russell was talking about earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
And it could have a knock-on effect right across. It's going to trickle down to every last man in the street. Watch it. Anyways, Colin, I hold up the time. That has like 2 cents for today.
So
I run out and I'll go up on the world.
You're saying that the American economy is coming to a recession? You believe so?
It's coming into a boil. Well, bricks have it under pressure, which sad to say are the reality. Yeah. So they're going to be less potent. And by virtue of that, the knock-on effect is that we're going to be able to send back little or no remittance, less remittance at least, which going to have a direct impact on the Jamaican economy.
Wow.
Because nobody ever saying, say, if them sneeze, we catch a cold.
Yes. Or if they speak of being sick, we get sick.
We get sick.
All right, my brother. Yeah? Give thanks.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man.
All right, Colin, look at it.
Blessings. You're listening to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Portland Spice TV and Shaka Fame at TikTok. Yeah, man. Touch up the plus on TikTok. Touch up a plus and give me some reds. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Morning, sir Bell. How are you doing?
I am here.
And congrats, man. And
thank you.
I was talking something earlier on about the election and how the PMP has lost the election.
Yeah.
Sometimes it puzzles me too, because I wonder how this government in power for 9.5 years, and they don't show no plan for the 5 years they're going to rule the country for. And PMP has outlined a lot of plans, including a manifesto.
Yeah, man.
They got and up to now, this prime minister don't show us about, you know, my plan for the country for the next 5 years, we're going to do this, do that to grow investment and to grow the country and to grow the economy.
But one of the things that the prime minister did well, you know,
agriculture.
One of the things the prime minister did well was to convince the people that the country is in a good economic shape.
But the country is not in a good economic shape, because I can tell you that the man who just called and tell about the diaspora is no joke thing. It's no joke thing. It's no joke thing. And when that remains dry up, we're going to suffer. I tell you, the moment the diaspora stop helping us, we're not going to prosper.
Well, you see, perception is a hell of a thing. And one thing you have to admit, that the man them come out and the man them tell the people, say the country is doing well, they have fixed the economy, and with nice, people believed. People who vote for them believe it and went out and voted for them. So, I don't know where to make it out, but
I can tell you, Colin, just look out for your early election. Remember me tell you.
Well,
look out for an early election.
A day in politics is a long time, they say, so a whole heap of things can happen. All right,
I can tell you, look out for an early election.
All right, sir. Respect.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be an early election. Court is going to be in October. Good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
It's time to take my call, Mr. Bell.
Yes, man. Welcome.
Yeah, I got to listen to your story with your relative who has been handed a golden ticket to university.
The people who do what?
And then I was listening to your story about your cousin who has been offered a golden ticket to go to university.
Yes.
By the PMP party.
Yeah.
And then she make a decision to go on a political death wish. And then she's running to you for assistance. Well, Colin, I didn't tell you, Colin, there's a part of the culture, and if you notice, in the 80s, the part of the Jamaican culture where they come and say, boss man, beg your money,
Yeah.
And you said to him, say, well, I don't have money now right now to give you, but I want to job up the road. If you come and assist me, I will give you a 20 quid after you finish.
Yeah.
You know what the young man said? Boss man, me beg you for money. Me not beg you for no work.
No one no work.
No, that's about the Jamaican culture.
Yeah.
Me not beg you for money. Me not beg you for no work, So, technically speaking, she go on a political death wish. I mean, no people will help her, mate. I won't give her, I won't help her, John. I won't help her,
You wouldn't help her?
No. No. She been off on a golden ticket to university and she go on a political death wish. You don't help people like those, mate. You don't help them.
Why?
They don't need help.
I get a lot of that,
Anyway.
but I still try to do what I can do. Because
yeah, well, that's very good. I mean, some people.
You have some people you have to lead them. Some of them you have to take them on literally and lead them for walk in a vehicle or road. Sometimes I don't know how vehicle lead them down. Because I mean, you have a need, and that need, a solution to that need came and you fought against it. Little more.
I know, man. Yes, I take care, mate.
Yeah, man. I don't understand. And that's why I asked the question, what is it that you vote for when you vote for the party you voted for in the last election? Good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Colin.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Morning and welcome.
You keep asking the people what people don't vote for third term. You can't realize that the third term, that's them vote for, they're not voting for governments.
Well,
they're not busy with no policy. They're not busy with no policy. They don't understand the policy. They only understand the third term and they don't know where to go bring. So they only vote for the third term. Ask anyone of the labor right and they will tell you where they vote for.
Voted for the third term.
Yes.
All right, sir.
They don't understand politics. They don't understand economics. They don't understand country. They only vote for the third term. That's what them voting for. That's what them vote for. That them say third term.
All right, my boss. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. That's how you got to chew, man.
Me hear you. Me not have nothing to say about that because I hear that argument too. 876-804-7072. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Morning and welcome.
Colin here from New York.
New York. Big up yourself.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself and your callers, listeners.
Mm-hmm.
That video that you made about your niece.
I never say I'm a niece. I say when I'm a close relative. I never say
when they're close relatives. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
When they're close relatives. Before you read that part where you say you call her, I said to myself, maybe she didn't know about those things about that there was some help coming their way.
She said she didn't know.
She said she never knew about it.
Yeah.
Right. And I said to myself before you mentioned that part that maybe she didn't know that because people not paying attention.
Yeah.
People not listening. People not being engaged that way to know really what's going on.
Yeah, but you see, but the point I'm trying to make to people when it comes to politics and election time, you must look and say what is in this for me. Can't just be that my party. You must look on it. What is in it for me? What is going to be better for me?
That's what people vote on. My party.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just about my party. That's it. They say they love their party, and it's not about what is coming their way. The next thing I want to say to you that I heard a caller just said to you that the remittance might be slowing down. From my end here right now, I don't see that slowing down. I think it's gonna get better.
Talk to me.
And I give you an example. During the previous administration, I was paying for heating oil, let's say about 150 gallon to heat the house.
Yeah.
And I was paying like $750 for the 150 gallon. This past Wednesday, I called the delivery to give me 200 gallon, and I pay $5.95. So I'm getting more for less.
What?
So if energy is falling,
yeah,
money gonna be keep coming back.
So you're saying that the energy bill in the US is going down?
Very much. At the pumps.
Why is that? Because a drill baby drill?
I'm not sure what it is. I don't know the exact thing, but it's coming down at the pump. You can get from $2.95 right here in New York, one of the highest economy in the world. $2.95 up to $3.19 or somewhere there a gallon at the pump. So there's a major saving at the pump right now. We're talking about coming from $4 a gallon. When it comes to jobs,
yeah,
you see those same buses that they have problem out there, what you calling the old bus?
Yeah,
those old buses there. They can find drivers for them right here. So the school have a problem right here when it comes to drivers for them.
Can't
and
find,
they pay a lot of.
Then Trump now run out the people out of the country. We have to take them kind of job.
But anybody can drive those buses. You have to be trained and have the right license.
Yeah, but people used to drive them before. Where the people in there used to drive them?
Well, no, they always have shortage, but now it's even worse.
Oh, okay.
But everything is contributing to what y'all are saying about Trump. If they don't have the right drive, you're talking about taking those precious cargoes to the schools.
Yes.
So they don't want, any driver cannot be sitting around those wheels.
Yeah, you have to pass the L test and drugs free and all of them things.
You have to
of course.
You have a commercial license, which is from A to C, commercial.
But that's not hard to go do the training and get.
Yeah, you have to be properly trained.
Yeah,
man. They'll just just hand you the key.
So all in all, you're saying that the economy in the US is getting better?
It's getting better.
Well, let's see. That sounds good.
And
that's news.
And I'm speaking to you from New York. And plus the other delivery jobs like Amazon, FedEx, this, that. They're looking for workers. They need people from way. I'm not talking since Trump now. I'm talking about from way when.
All right, my brother.
They need delivery drivers for the longest time. So it's getting better. I'm speaking to you from New York. I'm in the heart of the beast right here.
All right, my brother. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man, no problem.
Blessings. And if America gets better, then Jamaica will get better too. Morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Morning, Mr. Ben.
Blessings, man.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, I don't know which foreigner brother they for to start that one, but it's far from the reality where we are face to face. Because
is New York
to send back money regular.
Is New York you there?
No, but then I'm Midwest.
Okay.
We used to send back money regular. I understand on a regular basis. And right now, I can't do that.
Hold on a little bit. Hold on a little bit. In the chat room, the people are going bad, dirty lies. That's not true.
Listen, man.
Which economy is it? What? In New York. Hold on. I am in New York and don't see the drop in fuel price. Kiss me teeth. I don't believe this caller. This man is a liar. Lie Mattel.
Dropping on which fuel prices? Listen, man, that man don't know what matters here, man. That man don't have a clue what matters.
Maybe things are get better for him. Maybe things are get better for him. Him living at the suburbs. Prices are go down. You don't know which part of New York him live.
Listen, man.
Absolutely not true.
For the program for mislead people, you know. You understand? Listen, when me used to go, when me I go Walmart are one of the cheapest place I can shop.
Yeah.
And what I spend $130 and about 5 items me take up. So I don't know which way I talk about. And when me just come up here, so $130 can give enough something. So I don't know where this money I talk about. So I'm really want to call it for tell you still.
Yeah.
You see Mark Golin.
Yeah.
Mark Golin need to make up his mind and nip it in the bud from now.
What's that?
You see what happened? with Andrew on the seat, him need for nip it in the bud from now.
I don't
because
understand.
if not, PMP will never ever see back power again. The world already know what take place in the election, you know. The world already see and know what take place. The video evidence are out there and everybody see and know what take place. But when you talk about it, people make it sound like you're a conspiracy theorist. When the video evidence them right in front of you,
What take place? What
it is
took place?
obvious what take place with the prime minister, with the prime minister's seat.
What you
The
think?
prime minister did not win his seat. Listen, Colin Bell. Mr. Bell.
Yeah, man, may I hear
And
you?
what was my originate from? The
Yeah.
prime minister has never won his seat fairly. Never, ever, ever.
Never?
Andrew has never won his seat fairly. Never. Never, ever, ever. Every time you say Andrew Owners go back in the power and him say him win his seat, I buy him buy it back. Andrew Owners has never won his seat fair and square.
Well, I
And
don't know
what
if you
took place
saw.
in the last election.
I don't know if you saw
is
my
Mark
interview
Bowen.
with Paul Buchanan.
But see it, man.
Yeah, man. Him say it a go
I
court.
see it.
Say him now let it go.
And
Sir.
and I know what people are saying. Them are say, boy, the PMP I try see a face and I try find excuse to say this and that. You understand?
Well, they can't say what they want, say it
it
going to court.
Him have to nip it in the bud from now. Andrew, listen, you see from the moment I see Andrew Honest make 2 speeches one at a time and Andrew Honest say, look here, him have a knockout punch. You see the last time him say him have a knockout punch, him said, believe you me, come the 3rd of September, me have a knockout punch. I thought the knockout punch was going to be the birth certificate, Mark Bowen birth certificate. You know? It's when the man said it come the September the 3rd, and that time knockout punch. Look for somebody and I say, look here, Andrew Honest by the election already. Him too confident. When the man was in the debate, him constantly depend your lies will not work. It's like him might tell Mark Bowen, say, look here, the election done set and already put on for me already. Him know what him do. That election, that election that took place was never a fair and square election. It wasn't a fair election. That election was bought and put on for him. You understand?
I hear
Andrew
you, my boss.
never want to see it fair and square. Never. Ask anybody who come from Waterhouse. I know what the sad thing about this. He has gotten so many chances from people. And this is where he took us. So many chances. In the election, I run with Bruce Bowling, you know. Anybody who from Waterhouse can tell us, say, yo, look here, them find this man that wanted money in and carrying, you know, with gun in and carrying, and them lock him up, you know. And the police them give him a chance, you know. Ask anybody who come from Waterhouse that, you know. Andrew Wallace, you know.
We hear them argument
the
before.
Time, you know.
All right, my brother.
Joke thing, you know.
No, we hear arguments before. We hear arguments.
If this matter does not go to court,
it is going to court.
PMP will never ever. I have a recommendation. You see the ministers them, all of the ministers them, all of the government them to vote for the essential workers them there. Referendum them find out them not have no excuse whatsoever for come out for the day election to go wait in there. So Andrew Owners could have go do and go visit a polling station. When I visit the polling station to go do? Him and his wife.
Well, them have that right. All candidates, yeah, it's something that can fix. It's something that can fix.
All ministers of government vote on the essential day when police and when they don't go vote. Vote on that day. You don't have no excuse to go visit no polling station. You understand?
That would take legislative changes, but it's something that we can contemplate.
Well, if that needs to happen, that needs to. But it is disgusting what Andrew Honest did and his wife.
All right, my brother. We talk again. We talk again. We take a few more calls before we wrap up. You're listening to the Colin Bell Show live on Portland Spice TV. Morning and welcome.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Morning and welcome.
Yes, I just want to say something about the election and the whole thing in Jamaica for a couple seconds.
Go ahead.
You know that the church in Jamaica is not following the way of what Jesus said. But if you see what is happening in the church in Jamaica, my brother, I am living in Canada and I live here I moved here for 35 years now. I spend millions of dollars in Jamaica. I'm down there 6 months a year. I want to come back to my country. And when I see the election have been stolen from the PMP, I know that it's a dictatorship is going on in Jamaica.
Why you said the election
Yes.
was stolen?
Because when I follow election, I follow you, I follow every one of you, the bloggers, and how the thing go in Jamaica. When I was in Jamaica, 1980, my house was kicked down. I was in the hospital the same night when Magian get killed. The same night I was there when the body come in. So I know what's election. I'm 70 years old. So I know about Jamaican election.
Yes.
And I know when it has been stolen. Michael Manley bringing the best for Jamaica. And I see, when I look into it and I see Mark is taking some of Michael's footsteps to better the life of people in Jamaica. But if you check the churches is not following up with justice, peace, or nothing, because what they're dealing with is all powers. And they're dividing the country, they're dividing the people and everything. I know it. I see it. I grow in it.
All right, my brother. Thanks for the call here.
Yeah, bless you, bro.
Bless up, man. 876-804-7072. Checking your calls. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Morning, Colin.
Yeah,
man. Where the brother they come from?
Which one?
The same come from. In New York, man.
Oh, so the economy are do well?
No, go so. Up to yesterday, me read how much workers, federal workers, laid off.
Well, maybe my feel different from what you are feel. I just glimpsed at a message that said them not think the economy so bad either.
You know, I New York me live. Yeah, sir, and I suburb me live too. Long Island me live. So, when I talk about, no go so. The only thing him say, when him say them can't get the drivers for the school bus.
Yeah.
That's true. Because them can't just take anybody. And it's very, very, that test kind of strengthened right now.
Yeah.
Different from when me take it. When me take it, on the two things me have to name as parts. Them I forgot to name engine and all kind of thing now. They don't know how to do it.
So the process a little bit more tedious now.
Yeah. Plus this man said you have to have the language. So mostly you're Spanish, you don't understand English.
Yeah.
But in one band that, so, you have to understand English.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, man.
So totally the economy not going good. Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Good in America.
All right.
All right. Sir.
Bless up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So some people are feel it, some people not feel it. You know. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Colin, morning.
Blessings and welcome.
Yeah, man, just two things more to mention.
Talk to me.
On election day, Camilla Johnson come on TVJ and said that she heard that PNP is paying persons not to vote. When I hear nobody say nothing about it.
At the first, may I hear she said that? I never hear that either.
Yeah, man. Also, $100 million spent for FinSac report, and every election JLP come and beat FinSac, but we can't hear anything about the report.
They're not going to let out the report because a lot of GLP members are fingered in the report.
Oh, okay. So those are two things that want to contribute.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself and thanks. Lot of GLP members are fingered in the FinSac report. And therefore, it wouldn't suit them to release that report. Colin. No. Wow, this New York is speaking pure dump. Gas prices consistently fluctuating. Poor man. Yes. 876-804-7072. You can call me on WhatsApp or you can call me straight. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yes, Mr. Bell. Morning.
Morning and welcome.
Yeah, man. So everybody beat the GLP voters them. Why they not beat the PNP voters them? We collect the money for dip them finger in the ink.
That happened too?
Well, me hear Miranda say you see people turn up with ink on finger.
You see, we have to get them thing to stamp out of the political process.
Right.
When an election is called and the people vote, that ought to be the voice of God.
That's
but if
right.
people try to suppress the voice of God or intimidate people and them thing there.
Seeing.
No.
Me hear about it because me hear about a well big man, known man in a southeast St. Elizabeth. They were down in Slipe, northwest, down in a Slipe. And they park up in the night and a whole heap of money me hear them say them spend down there, you know. People not go vote. And we know them thing there. We know them thing they always gone for real. Saying, but GLP voters will always be GLP voters. Them vote for saltfish. See? So you know them are go always go vote. But we have to blame we the PNP who collect the money and don't go, they go vote them then up and down upon the campaign. But the day of the election, them not turn up.
But no, you see, that's not a fair statement. 97,000 more people turned up and voted for the PNP than what voted for them in 2020, you know. And none of them crowd the way you see. None of them crowd the way you see now 50,000 people.
Right.
Anyway, thanks for the call. I'm going to take our next call because we're wrapping up here.
All right, yeah, man, cool.
876-804-7072. Good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Portland Spice TV.
Sir Colin.
Yeah, man.
What I think we need to understand, when we talk about election in Jamaica, right? Remember that people don't vote on policy, you know?
They just vote for them party.
They just vote for party and who can forward the most money on the day. Because I heard some guys or right? And when you're talking about policies, the man did not defend that. The man just say who pay the most money per the election day and that party they will vote for.
About the Jamaican people have to do better than that.
No, but you see, I don't know if this is a right across the board thing. But too much of our politicians, and nobody hears me say this, right? You can't have 5 years in the office, right? And the only time you talk about what you can do or you will do is 2 weeks before election, right? And nobody now vote based on your performance, right? And that is our problem. So if we want to fix the election process, right, we have to find some way, somehow to get out vote buying out of the system.
Yep, we need to.
That is the problem.
Free and fair elections. Those are what we need.
Yeah, man. Because me I say over the years, over election, me watch election, me 62 years old.
But more people need to go out and vote, though, caller. That is one of the main issues. The 60% that sit at home and don't vote. Maybe out of that, there might be 20% that is abroad or so. But we still know, all of us know people who speaks proudly that I don't vote. I'm not voting. We need to get them to vote. Them need to start think about the country, what it is that they can do for the country, and how they can assist the process by exercising their right to vote and to choose who leads the country.
You know, the next thing I ask, probably you can answer because you're there on them more than me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When a person said that the government, I do nothing for me. Whoever win tomorrow will be have God over. What are they looking for the government to do?
All right. So when you hear somebody say that, you know right away that they don't understand governance and they don't understand how the country runs. Every government will affect you one way or the other. It is the government that makes the policies that determines how you operate in this country. It's the government that makes the policy that determines your access to health care, your access to education, your access to public transportation, your access to security. All of that is the government do it. Your roads, your water is government. And those come based on the policies of the government. So when you hear somebody say government now do nothing for them, you know that that person needs help.
But the next question to that though. But how are we going to? And that's well, Michael Manning they say first in studying and I hear the PMP always PMP are my party really, but always talks about education. If a person is deaf, dumb, as to what we consider to be policies that would uplift or don't press the people, right? We can escape this mentality that and the mentality that government now do not, and probably their way of thinking of government doing something is giving them $2,000.
Possibly, but we need to get back Civic in the not just in the schools, but those who had missed out on the understanding need to get some civic lessons to ensure that they step up. All right, my brother. Thanks for the call.
All right, Charlie.
Blessings. Yes. Hold on.
I blame some of you for the people not understanding what you are saying. Let me tell you why. I keep saying to you and others, use simple words that the people understand. When you come and I go say no, say, is the policies that run, is the politician that run the policies. Only if people understand one thing we not talk say. We no need fit. All right, just like how they bring the manifesto into a patois. We need to get down to some people. Get down, use simpler words. The people they don't know what not talk say. Tell the people them say a politician or the government decide how much you pay for rent, how much you pay for food, how much you pay for taxi fare. That you need to tell the people them. I had a worker who called me and tell me say she not vote and she not work because politics no do nothing at all here. And when I explain everything to her and said to her, say, you rent a chair at a salon, right? And she said yes. I said, who determine how much you pay for rent, for light, for water? That was when she understood what I was saying.
Yeah.
We need to talk to people in a language that they understand.
Can't fight against that. Go ahead, caller.
Ready for me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning.
First time I'm calling.
Thanks for the call.
Okay. I want to say something about the last election, which is the topic of where I voted. It's a very quiet area. More middle class is to upper right. Or I would say more middle class. It is Julian Robinson's seat.
Yeah.
And I want to say to Julian Robinson that don't take his seat for granted. Because based on what I saw there at Arden High School, he has need to be concerned. There was nobody who had Julian Robinson's back there.
At Arden High School?
Yes. That's where I voted. And someone was there. I realized that a lot of people were there who were not voting.
Yeah.
But they were there, looked like they were gathering information. And at one point I heard one of them says that polls show that people in the older age group tend to vote for the PNP.
Yeah.
I am one of the older group. I'm in my mid-60s.
Okay.
And for 15 or so people that were in the line, it took me from about 10 past 8 or about 15 past 8 to 10 minutes to 10 to vote.
Wow.
And yeah, and they were mostly old
that's
people
closer
there.
to 2 hours.
Okay. So something didn't sit right with me about the whole thing because I saw no indoor, what you call them? I saw no PNP and JLP people in the corridor because this is a classroom section, a block of classroom. And so you have the passage go down. I voted as a PD 11 is on the left. I went in there. There was only 2. I don't remember if it is 2 or 3 people ought to be around the table, but there was only 2. What you call the person, the main person?
The presiding officer and the poll clerk.
And then someone said the poll clerk. So, okay, so there's only 2.
So you didn't see 2 indoor agents, one from the GLP and one from the PNP?
Yeah, there was one there. But something about them, they were too young. They didn't seem to be people that I would expect that if you're going to select people and with all we're talking about with the vote buying and so, there's no way you need to select those kind of people.
Well, you can't judge books by the cover, you know. They might have been trained
true.
and understand their role.
All right. But anyhow, that was fine. All right, that is fine. But what I noticed, not only was it being held up because of the so-called problem with the machine. They said there was problem with the machine. So my finger was scanned 4 times.
Yeah.
4 times. I don't like that because I don't even know if them collect people fingerprint under the color definitions. I don't know, but I don't like it. Anyhow, I noticed that in the area where the voting takes place, there is no PNP or JLP shirted people there.
Oh.
Only these people call themselves, with this little bib over them, they said them an EOJ worker. Too many for a quiet area like that. Too many.
All right.
Those are almost a dozen.
I will talk to Julian about it.
Yeah, tell him, just say to him, do not take your seat for granted.
All right, caller. Thanks for the information.
Good. All right.
All right, we're taking one more call. We have a call, Colin. Hello, caller. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Yes, Mr. Colin. See, I sent you some proof there. They say I'm a liar and I'm telling lie. Look on your thing, you see the proof then there.
All right, my brother. As I say, people are experiencing different things, so we can't use one man life to judge our next man.
This is about one man. This is about the what's going on around my town and area and New York's area.
Then that me I say, brother, you will see something different from what them I see. All right.
But they said that I'm lying.
Yeah, that's what they say, and you say you're not lying.
Right.
So.
But I send the proof to you. Proof.
All right. So I will look at it. All right, my brother.
Okay.
Bless.
All right.
All right, let me say thanks to all of you for watching this morning. Thanks to everybody in the chat room. Thanks to Ralston Iman, who came on and gave us a proper lecture this morning about the Jamaican economy. If you have not watched it, please go back and watch it. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to Portland Spice TV, like and share. Send it to the people in your contact so we can educate more people, teach more people about what is happening on this little rock called Jamaica. Thanks to the people on TikTok. Touch up a plus if you're not touch it yet. Huh? All right. Make a comment. Give me a like now. Bless up. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again Tuesday evening right here. You have something to say? Oh. Until we meet again Tuesday evening right here on Portland Spice TV and on Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. Bless up, everybody. One love.